Alrighty, in the bottom right we do have Bisu, and in the top left it is herO. So both are basically... I mean, Bisu is not really a common round of 4 ASL player at this point, or SSL player, but herO would be someone you could call or count amongst those. Well, he has, I think he has actually a bunch of round of 4 finishes as well. He's a round of 8, round of 4 guy most of the time in the ASL, SSL. So yes, both are basically at the top of their race in this matchup as well. So really looking forward what we can see here from these two in this match. Now this is a very unique map. I'm not that familiar yet with this map, but you have basically like one entrance to your main base, and then you have 2 bases on high grounds to the the north and the west of the bottom right position here, and it would be here, as you can already see for the Zerg player, and then to the south as well. And the Zerg do get the sunken colony, so they have actually creep. The sunken colony does spawn without creep, if you can, as you can see over here. But if there is creep in the area, it will deploy its creep, so the Zerg can make sunkens over here. I kind of feel like, oh, and you have those minerals, so you are not able to immediately throw down a hatchery wall. And also basically, you need to mine those out if you want to wall in with hatcheries in your front. This is basically to prevent that from the Zerg players. That's why there's 2 mineral stacks. This is specifically for this matchup, basically. Now going into this, and these bases though are a little bit lower. They're not fully operational bases. They're not 1500 minerals, but 1200, and they're not 5k gas, but 3k gas. So they're not the highest value bases, but it's a very strong base nonetheless. They have a lot of income. They just don't last as long, so you're kind of forced to expand faster after your 3rd base. But this is kind of like, I would say this map looks very good for Protoss, honestly, because you get your 3rd gas basically for free, right? And that's all you're looking for in this matchup. If you have 3 geysers up and running, you can pop out so many High Templars, you can throw out so many Storms. So it's gonna be so difficult for the Zerg player to keep up with that. Even though he gets his own 3 gas setup, I'm not really sure what you would use it as a jumpstart fort. You get it like so early. There's no super big gas dump for the Zerg that's like insanely strong, like a High Templar for the Protoss player or Archons, right? So I'm not really sure how you would utilize this correctly in this matchup as the Zerg player. No, Bisu is hiding a probe over here, and you can see this is still the dark area, so he has actually never seen this part of the map. Maybe he's starting to smell something. Maybe he's like, I've seen a probe earlier, it must be somewhere, and he finds it now. Here we go. Zealots are chasing these probes, sorry, these Zerglings, and we do see a couple of Zealots holding the wall here. Behind that, of course, Bisu is already up at the base. Is he gonna... Oh, so he's gonna go into a defensive forge. That's kind of cool, and it doesn't need to be in the wall. That's an interesting approach, and he immediately goes into that Stargate, so very Bisu-esque. Going into that one gate, Stargate expand, and he will pump out these courses and most likely go into some DTs with this as well, as he really loves to do. And this is, as of yet, it's still a 3-hatch setup for the Zerg player, but he's already going into that lair base, so kind of safe from the 3-hatch Hydra bust you sometimes see. It's kind of fallen out of popularity, even though it is still one of the strongest builds, one of the strongest all-ins in the game. And yeah, you can see Bisu was extremely late with his cannons, finally just throwing down the first one. But he's already working with the second gas, and I'm happy to see him expand soon into a 3rd base very quickly here. try to get that going as soon as possible. Of course, if you go too greedy, you might be surprised by like mutas or a lurker contain or something really weird. Now, Spire's on the way. No. What is it called? No thing yet. No Hydra Den yet. And of course the Spire trying to snipe these early Corsairs here with some Scourge. And protect these Overlords. Look at that cheek. Now the Corsair's gonna find that Overlord. I think he's just gonna go for it. This should be a free kill. You see the Zealots push out here, but they'll find a bunch of links. There's even more links hiding to the north, and if you can get a surround on these Zealots, that would be a great catch here. It's gonna catch one at least, and that's not gonna get out, and the other three do make it back to safety. Overlord did get killed by the Corsair, and he actually is kind of going into the right direction here with another Corsair man. He sniffed that one out very nicely. And look at that, he's gonna find so many Overlords. Come on, turn around, turn around, turn around. No, he has to go scouting, I guess. He's gonna go into the base here. He's gonna check for the Hydra Den. Oh, he might run into a bunch of Scourge. He needs to be careful. Is he gonna find that Spire? I guess he saw the Spire, yeah. This vision range is extremely good. He saw the Spire. He sees no Hydra Den as of yet, so he's like, alright, I'm still very safe. Maybe he actually decides to throw down. Oh, he goes into a second Stargate. Oh, interesting. I guess he has a read I don't have. We do see actually armor being researched. Maybe he's right. There's only... I mean, you have 3 gases. Maybe you might as well try it. The only thing that got made from the Spire tech so far are these 4 Scourge here. And these are going in for some scout. And I think herO did see... Oops. I think herO did see this... Yeah, he flew over this Stargate. He saw the Stargate, he saw the second Stargate, and that should mean that we see a Hydraless Den. Getting thrown down in a second. No, he's actually going to meet us. He says, alright, we still do this. He's going into meet a Ling. Wow, I'm surprised. Wasn't expecting this one. He's going into another base here, and all of the expansions seem to have the same kind of issue with the minerals and gases. So everything but the main base are basically lower minerals gas, and mutas are gonna be found. The Zealots, yeah, they kind of need to commit. He's gonna split them up. He's gonna try to get some back home. 1 is gonna go into the main base. 2 are gonna try to evacuate to the right. 3 are gonna try to evacuate to the bottom, and the rest of the Corsairs are gonna try to go back. Now he has that +1 already done for the Corsairs, and he's going into the Templars Archive. Still pumping out double Corsair. Hydra Den. He's still getting that armor upgrade. I'm not sure if I would have committed to that many air units here. If you see your opponent is already working with 2 Stargates. Now if it ever comes to an engage between Corsair and mutas, the engagement is very tricky. But yeah, he's trying to do this, man. He's trying to ogre him. Zerg Ogre Gamer is trying to kill all of the Corsairs with a big amount of Scourge. And you need to be spread out. So he's kind of spreading out his Scourge right now, and then he's gonna try. He has like 2 groups. He's trying to flank with Scourge from the north. Now he's trying to find these Corsairs, but the Corsairs are actually evacuating. Now he's trying to snipe the Scourge. Can he get most of them sniped? Yes, indeed he does. He has so many Corsairs, man. It's impossible. You can't ogre this anymore. So that's a big missed investment here from our Zerg player, it feels like. Action really having a tough time here. And yeah, he has to transition into those Hydras. Now do you make... Oh man, those mutas. And the Scourge only coming from one side. Do you make Disruption Web? Because you have so many causes already. Look at that. Now he's gonna run into an Overlord, unfortunately. But the DT is quite tanky. He just walks away. Gonna save it for later. Maybe he's gonna harass this army a little bit. Now, third gas is here, but it's not taken yet by Bisu. Nice storm here. Man, one storm to completely return this army to its cellar. We didn't buy any of this. Send it back home. And Kors is coming in here, starting to assassinate the overlords and clearing a potential for a DT here. There's always the risk. I feel like this is a risk that is unnecessary, but it is just very Zerg, and it's an optimization risk, kind of, which is funny to think about. It's an optimization that does just enable the risk in the first place. So, like, if you just want to be safe, right? You don't have an overload. You have a spore. You make a spore, and then your base is technically safe, right? But it's a lot of effort and a lot of money and a lot of clicks to do that. So having an overlord, which is free anyways, which you need to have anyways. Oh my god, can he get these courses before he loses all of the mutas? Still 4 courses do stay alive. It's enough to still combat these mutalisks. They do have that +1 armor, so they're actually quite beefy, but in the end they need to go back. He's making more Scourge, more mutas, actually going back to more mutalisks? That is interesting. Maybe only that one. Oh, actually there's a second one. He's making a few extra mutas. Not sure why. We do still see that double Stargate, and he's starting to kind of... Oh my god, these goons, man. He's killing this sunken colony, so it doesn't force these goons to kind of get hung up over here. Maybe this cannon is in the way, I'm not sure. Now Mutas trying to come in here, the ogre style. Only a few courses do remain. And the Mutas are dealing quite some damage to these probes. No Templar was in position here. Now Mutas are starting to intercept these zealots. And Bisu is just kind of ignoring these mutas. Now he needs to have a Templar over here. Or the courses. I guess the courses are going to be here, but yeah. I mean, if you have a Templar, it's just a different game, right? It's not enough courses to combat Muta and Scourge at this point. It's going to lose another 2 courses, only 2 courses left. I mean, you can fight with the mutas at this point. Into those. And in the end here, Bisu is trying to push out on the map now with a ground force, but doesn't really have that many High Templars, only 2. Usually you want to push out with 4, but they are fully stacked in energy, so at least he has 2 Storm per High Templar. He's gonna have 1 Storm in defense. And this is a big amount of Lurker Hydra here. It's not in position yet though, but this might just not matter. There's no Observer with this. Finally the Observer comes, no Observer speed though, this base wasn't set up. Bisu not really looking so hot. He needs to kind of tighten the noose a little bit and in his play and kind of strengthen his position a bit more here. He's now on the map, he's starting to roam. He's just having such a difficult time because he never dealt with the mutas. And then he lost his courses, right? Now he's gonna try to chuck in storms, but mutas come in. Mutas do get on top of the High Templars. He does lose all of the mutas at this point, finally. But all of the High Templars also are killed off, so this push has to go back. Man, so many reinforcements. Look at the supply. herO is sitting at 150 supply, man. That's so much. herO even has the same amount. It's so much supply. He has so many units. Oh my god. But herO also needs to expand more. He's starting to run low in his first 3 bases. He's gonna get a lot of Dragoons here in the tail end. He has this base set up. He has this base set up. This in the north. Needs to start mining though, but... Now finally we do have the High Templars back in action here. Can he throw down the High Storms he needs? Sorry, Psy Storms he needs on those High Templars. One more here on these mutas. There we go. Gonna force us away. He's gonna kill his own Observer. And this base is still not set up. This is a big issue. He's running out already in the north of his first natural, basically. This base, the main base, is about to run dry as well. He needs to have the nexus up and running. Finally, he's gonna start that one, but this is cutting it very close, in my opinion. He's almost out of income at this point, and it's gonna be a struggle to remax. The Zerg is eclipsing his supply already. If he loses another bunch of High Templars, gonna have a bad time. This is a nice target for Storm. In the end, the Storm is a little bit too late. So many Hydras coming in, oh my god. An endless stream of Hydralists. Can he manage the defense? A few more High Templars coming in. Good Storms here, oh man. That was a lot of damage. Big D here from Bisu. Managing to push this army away once more. And the brute force from from herO was not able to get the job done now. If Bisu can somehow hold on to this nexus, can get these probes transferred over. This is so funny. That one probe that was the probe from the this guy was the probe from the grouped up with the causes. So it walked over there because the main was mined out at that point. A nice Storm here, good split to counter the Storm. The Archon's not really what you're looking for if you play against a Hydra Lurker composition, of course. There's no links with this, so Archons are not that great. And just so many Hydra Lurker here, it's insane. And another big... Now finally links coming in here. This is where the Archon can shine. We do have one Archon here. It's finally gonna start shoot. Decimate those links, but just so many units coming in here from herO. Can Bisu hold this? Can he save his army? If he loses his army, he's effectively gonna lose the game. He needs to trade as costly as he can here for his opponent. Making another few more Archons. Archons are great, man. They only cost 100 minerals and 300 gas. But gas is infinite, right? If the geysers deplete, they still do mine gas. Now this is still mining. This is about to run out. This is depleted. This is actually still healthy. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, it's a 5k gas, that's why. And this is mining. So he is still mining a lot of gas actually for the Zerg player. And he's grabbing another main base finally. This is something we need to see Bisu do as well. He needs to kind of push into the bottom left and he needs to get that quadrant for himself. And then he has a good chance to stay alive in this game, yeah. But his Roman army is kind of holding the line for now. But it feels like it's tougher each and every time here. Now if we see a big surround this time from herO, maybe he can break this army completely. If he could do that once, that's all he kinda needs. Surround is about to start, but armies are a little bit disjointed. He unfortunately shot his own Ling there at the first, so the first engage didn't really go as he planned to. We do see some nice storms on the tail end here, but in the end every storm is used up, the energy is depleted. Can he manage to hold his army intact here? Whatever units he can salvage is gonna be worth it, because he just needs any unit he can salvage. And we do see now 4 Archons in this mix at this point. Somehow the Protoss army does survive. 2-2 here for our Zerg player at this point already. We do see 2-2 upgrades for both players indeed. And more High Templars join in the fray here, but that extra base, it needs to happen soon here for Bisu. Can he make this work? Can he actually push this base down? There's a lot of drones here, and as much as I would love it... Oh my god, a storm down here would be like money. He's just gonna utilize it. No, there... this guy, 10 kills. And he's going into to become an Archon. He wants to, but this herO is not gonna let him. The hatchery is gonna fall, but this army is trapped now. Is he gonna kill the hatchery? There you go, please, man. Yeah, the army is trapped at this point. And Bisu is running out of units. He still has a little bit of an army here in front. Yeah, he kept 2 Archons alive. That's pretty good. They moved back. So yeah, in the end, this army is still gonna be fine to roam the map here. But this is like the all of the mining. There's a little bit more here, but he's transferring more and more workers. Excuse me, he's transferring more and more workers over here. He's setting up a High Templar, which I like. But he needs to kind of get into this area here in the bottom. There's one Overlord only sitting over there, so if he clears that Overlord, he is kind of getting unscouted in that area. trying to go in with the courses at this point, do what he can. But it just feels so difficult if you can't really win a big fight, a big engage. herO just outmines him vastly at this point. herO has the mining base in the top right, the main base. He has access to 2 more bases here in that area as well, and he still has this base operational. This did get killed off, but it's still a hatchery very close over here. So mining is still going on. Yo, Shibari, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome by all means. Now, Bisu is trying to push here again into the left, but I feel like it's the wrong target. That being said though, oh my god, herO is about to overwhelm this. I don't think you can hold this. Does Bisu have enough units? Does he have enough storms? 6 storms so far, but in the end it might just not be enough here. He still has a few High Templars here, and he has 1 more storm stacked up, but I mean, this base, he can't even clear it. These zealots are kind of fortified at this point. And the main issue I still see is, as much as he has still these backup minerals in the main base, this is mined out. This is about to mine out. It's like 16, 8, 16. They are super low patches, and this is all he has. All of these 40 probes, most of them are sitting on this base. So yes, that's the big issue. He needs to get into the bottom left. He needs to start and make a base there. He's actually gonna go for this area. Okay, if he can get it up mining, I don't hate it. Because it will enable him to have a push position. He needs to defend that area anyway, so he can kind of push into the top right from there. Oh, DT! He already has 15 kills! Oh my god, how did we miss this guy? He must have come in already before and killed so many drones. Now he's gonna kill more drones, and no notification here for herO. He's gonna lose that full mineral line again, most likely. 24 kill DT. Now finally it's gonna get scouted by that overlord, and he will indeed clear it. Maybe not. We need to keep an eye on this roaming army. Man, that DT working overtime here for Bisu. You need to see some storms. So far storms okay-ish, zoning, but the Templars are exposed here. 1 storm to try and retreat. Lurkers burrowing on top of the army. A few dragoons getting cut off there in the north. That DT is still standing strong. Finally he's gonna get killed here in the north. And this base didn't get set up. He has a cannon sitting there, but he does not have the rally there. He finally ran out of this. So the income is stifled now, even though it wasn't really much. It still was like effectively income at that point. And that's just lower at this. This was just broken down here by a few Hydras and Lynx. So yeah, Bisu, I think you kind of gambled into the wrong direction here. Going into the right didn't really work out. Getting the bottom for yourself should have maybe been a better approach there in my opinion. But it felt like his expansion pattern was kind of slow-ish, and herO was so fast to explode out on the map. Even though herO does not have that big supply right now, and he needed to remake a lot of drones, because that DT, he's still looking good, he's still looking solid, and if he can keep this area alive, that's kind of all he needs. If he can just keep this safe. He's gonna try to break this army one more time, but good storm on the left here. There's a bunch of storm for Bisu. He's gonna clear the whole flank from the left. That's a good cleanup. And these units did not participate in the fight. herO is dipping more and more in supply, but he has... This is mostly Lynx though. If we can see a few... Oh my god, he has so many storms in this one High Templar. He has another storm here. So many storms on top of these Lynx. Still not enough though. Everything gets surrounded. Most of the units do get killed here. Bisu is running out of money, running out of units. Both players running so low on supply at this point here. What's there left? It's mostly Zealots and High Templar. No more Dragoons here. Trying to set up another pylon over here, another cannon situation over here, but coming in again. herO and GG is gonna be called. herO does take this game. That was pretty well fought here by both players. Really love to see the game. herO does in the end clear out Bisu's presence from that